What's up? It's your boy MB, man. What's happening? What's up, man? Your boy MB. MB enclosed right there. That's me, man. What's up, man? Well, give me some news y'all can use and answer some of these questions. Make sure this dude. I got him. I think I got him. I think I did about it. Boom, boom. Craig. Nah, he ain't came yet. Good. Okay. Boom. Yo, what's up? What's up, Fred? What's up? How y'all doing, man? Just checking some stuff before I get to these questions. Okay, going down. He ain't did nothing. He ain't do nothing, did he? He out there. Whitaker. Check this last thing, y'all. I ain't got him on now. Yep, he on the way. Yep. All right, what's up? What's up, Mr. MB? Love your boxes. I love them too, man. Let me see how many videos what all I got to on that last video I put up. Did y'all see my thoughts? I need to change that so people can see what I was thinking about. Whoa. I gotta ask this dude a question. So what I was talking about, I'm trying to, whatever I do inside that truck in a certain volume must be able to be done inside a underseat of a truck. This channel is primarily about underseat truck boxes. So it makes no sense for me to cheat like some manufacturers do. Make no sense for me to cheat, meaning put them in a 3Q, like one guy just reading the comments said, put in a 3Q box, 228 hertz. You can't get 3Qs on the seat of the truck. So why would I do that? It's got to be stored between 2.5, 1.5 to 2.5. That's the operating range. If we can get a 140 in that box volume, then it's something that can be translated to a truck. Okay, so this time I'm using the aerial port. Now, the only downside, like I said on the video with the aerial port is because of the length that's necessary for it to be using that big port area. It could stop right where the subwoofers at. And I'll have to try that out to see how that would work. I know you can't fire directly into the port. I have, and I'm using myself boxes that are right there at the port, but never that size. Never, I mean, right at the, with just a little different distance in between, because remember, air is not moving in and out the port that y'all think. It's a column of air that's inside the port that's denser than the air in the surrounding environment. So I gotta see. But that's what I'm doing. I'm testing. So this is the 6th box that I have made for the solos. The 6th box. Trying to see what all I can do. So far, so good. Love them though. That's for sure. Love these Solo X's, man. Love them. That's just that's a gimmick. That's really a gimmick. If it ain't a slide port, then the best thing to do is just go to a circular port. Octa port is nothing. That's just a gimmick. It's a waste of money. Because this in a slot port, the reason why a slot port is not as efficient as a aerial port is because of the angles, the 490s. So now you go from having 490s without the ports, now you got 845. Same theory. Same thing. Same thing. Just like you still got your 480. It's not going to help. I've seen people say that on Facebook. Octaport get you. No, Octaport enables you to increase the port area to probably dial it in like a slot, because I use my area ports. I try to get the same port area that I would use in a slot port. kind of sort. It all depends on the subs. Underport, that's just a box building. Box builders use to, you know, I guess sell their boxes. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, you can get the tune that you want, but it's not overly efficient. It's either slot, it's either a port with no angles, aerial port, circular port, PVC2, pipe, or it's a slot with angles. That's it. I don't believe in increasing the amount of angles. They go from 490s to 845. Like, what's the difference? I've seen people use it with the penta port. So we use a 5 side. I say you lessen the angle, but it's the same. It's the same thing. You're not as efficient as a circle. You might as well go to a circle port and just bring it up to the same port they're using with a slot. That's my theory with ports. You can get away with less because it's an efficient port, but that doesn't mean you have to use the less. Like the box that I showed y'all in that video, it's in the trucks now. That thing is because it's efficient, it's touching at 14 square inches per cube. But yeah, that's why it's so long. It's just efficiently moving there. I can get away with less. I just choose not to. And it's sounding great. We're gonna see what the meter gonna tell me as far as loudness. That is a good question. What's the benefit of using an 8-inch net range? Does it take less power to get loud? What's the pros and cons? What is the benefit of using 8-inch net range? Have no idea what you're talking about. You got to go more in detail. I don't even know what you're talking about there. I don't know nothing. I don't understand that at all. 8 ohms net range. Don't get it. What's up, Antares? What's up, Jerry? Blessings, T-Brew. Yes, I do. I test them all the time to see what's gonna do what. So the boxes always improve over time. I'm building boxes better now, 4 years in doing it professionally, than I was doing it 4 years ago. Probably even better than I was doing 19 years ago. Boy, I don't have nothing for the Coleman. I don't have nothing for Toyota trucks, straight up. Nothing at all. I'm sorry, nothing I can do to help you. You have no room in that truck. The Japanese, Chinese, whatever the amazing, they didn't make that. They don't listen to music. Most people that build trucks, they're not thinking about you putting music in it. But those Toyota trucks, I done heard all the boxes. The constraints. They don't have no space in there. There's nothing can be done that's gonna have my stamp, so I don't mess with it. What's up, James Lamar? Hey, check this out. I'm glad this dude commented. James Lamar. I just got off the phone with him about 15 minutes ago. So he goes into a shop. He asks the shop, he tells the shop the music that he listens to. They sold him a J Audio high output box, W6. The man told me what he listened to. First thing I said was, and I said to him, he said, yeah, that's right, MB. He listens to rock and roll. Every now and then, if a rap song come on the rock and roll station, maybe it's got a rock and roll artist like Limp Bizkit did that thing with, I forgot the rap artist, something like that. He listens to just commercialized hip hop. He said, but for the most part, 98% of the time, MB, I'm listening to rock and roll, heavy metal. They sold him a ported box. You do not need a ported box. For y'all who watch this channel now and later on, if you listen to some pop, but definitely listen to rock and roll and heavy metal, do not let nobody sell you no ported box. You do not need a ported box. I don't care what they say. You do not need a ported box. You do not. You need your subwoofer to be quick and responsive. The best way it's going to be quick and responsive with great transit response is if you put it in a sealed box, period. Not everybody needs a ported box. Not everybody listens to music the same. I'm blessed to tell people the truth. So when he says, yeah, MB, that's exactly what I want. And I'm able to help him by giving him, referring him to, I'm going to give it to him, I'm going to sell it to him, to Digital Designs VO subwoofers. Those of you who watch my channel and looking for, I need something fast or something to keep up the transients, don't get a ported box. if you don't listen to hip hop and R&B, even 50% of the time. I don't listen to hip hop and R&B 25% of the time. I think 15% of the time. It's nothing racially motivated. I just don't like that type music. Nothing wrong with that. Everybody's music the same. You do not need a ported box. All right. You need a seal box for your sound. And hey, question. Okay, good question. That 2-key box you recently built. Now I'm curious, will that area port that matches the correct port area, will impedance rise decrease as well? Well, because it's an area port, I'm not using the same port area I'm using with a slot now. The slot, you can go north of 16 with them solos. They move a lot of air. With the area port, I can get away with less, but I'm using the maximum. I can get away with less, but I'm using the maximum so I can get it to transfer better, because in my vehicle, I've found in the past, and I think I told you this, that I meet it better with the sub port up. Sub facing up. I meet it better. When I put the port out to the side, I wasn't metering that loud. Sounded good. Transients was better. And the only reason why I want to do it, see what's going to happen with this port straight shot area port, is because whenever you put a bin inside a port, and I've seen these so-called box designers, they build these elaborate bins in these boxes. And I'm sitting there saying, this has been proven that every time that air has to change direction, every time that, especially if you got to do 180 degrees, that's so the port going this way, then 90, and now it's going opposite direction. Boy, you have lost output. You have lost output. Every time you put a bin in the port, you're losing output. You want to keep it to one or none. One or none. Put it in. No one bin. None. N-O-N-E. One or none. So when I see these elaborate designs, and some of y'all don't know, it's, oh man, look at this, like it's gonna get down. And I'm looking, I see 1, 2, 3, 4. I see 4 bins in there. How this gonna get down? This ain't a transmission line. And even in the transmission line, you really want to keep just 2 bits. Yeah, it can go, but it's working on a different principle. In a ported box, you don't want to do that. A transmission line is trying to time the release of the back wave into the outside environment simultaneously with the front wave. You're going to lose the first interaction, but every interaction after that is going to be in time. The first one you're going to move, you're going to lose. Why? Because the woofer is moving forward, and when it moves forward, the wave is the depressurization is creating inside the box. It's going to miss. The next time it goes back and come back forward again, the transmission line, if it's the correct length, tuned to where you want it to be, is going to be in time with the output of the cone, so you get a added response, not a boosted response, because all the frequencies is going to be doing that. Okay, particularly ones where you tune, where you tune, they're going to be even louder. But putting all those folds in a ported box, not if you can, stay away from doing that. Those of you building your own boxes, stay away from doing that. It looks slick, and you decrease in output. Straight up. You right. The quest continues, and I will achieve it. I will achieve it. I believe with the Solo X's 24 millimeters X Max. And the quest is 2 things: for me to be able to do it, and then maybe able to possibly sell it. Yeah. So you can do it on the seat of your truck. It doesn't make no difference. I mean, I tell y'all, me doing everything. Oh, so what MBE you doing? Like people, you do a 6-watt box and do all these bots. The channel ain't about me doing it. The channel ain't about me being, hey, look how good, look what I'm doing, and or I'm doing something you can't do. The channel's about whatever I can do, you can do. That's what this channel is about. Whatever I can do, you can do. Whatever I can do, I can see your boss, you can do in your vehicle. That's what the channel is about. Not about, hey, look, I'm doing some magical stuff with. And so this makes me no, I can't buy that. So who cares that you doing it? That's my mindset. I'm trying to think for y'all. I can't buy that. So who cares that you doing it? Look what this guy's doing that I can't do. Yeah, that's what my channel's about. I want to put a box in my 2008 Honda. Can you build me a box? This goes without saying. Yes. If you really want to put a box, you will message me on the number provided on all the videos. Octoport, diamond port. What's the game? Done. Too many bins. You see the slot port, circular port, arrow port. Yeah, that's it. And what you said, arrow port or passive radiators. The passive radiators are the answer of a slot can always fit. If an area port or a slot can't fit, passive radiator is the answer. Yeah. Area port is it's got a length too. Oh, what's this question right here? Could you slide the drivers to the same end where the port is still facing up? Could you slide the drivers to the same end where the port? Yeah, you can. You can put the port on one side. Still gonna have a bend in it. The only reason why I went from 5 went from the slot, the slug port sub, particularly with the square subs, because I want to keep the port straight. I personally think I'm wondering if in my cabin, or maybe because the bend, my box is going to be 16.5 inches high. Okay. So I'm wondering if maybe that's not enough for the port to get back to its optimum velocity where it can keep the frequency that it was generating before I start to apply power. So I'm thinking about keeping the port straight, keeping that column of air, which is basically another speaker, straight. It will impact the air, and as I apply power, it doesn't have to do a bend. It's just going to stay where it's at. That's the theory that I'm working on. I'm going to see. Because I've watched all the videos where I've tried to with the Furry Audio, Beach Audio Rampage, Digital Designs, DB Drive, everybody. I mean, the DB Drive was doing the 140, 30 hertz, but he won't hit that 29 hertz. He won't hit that 29. As you start to apply power, you go up on different songs. So I'm wondering, well, what is it? And somebody said, well, just tune the box 29 hertz. Then I don't have a very musical box. That don't make no sense. Of course, if I tune the box 29 hertz, it's going to transfer function going to take me down to 26. So yeah, I'll be loud right there, but all the punchiness that I want in some of the music won't be there because I'm tuned too low. So I got to keep the same tuning, or maybe go down 1 hertz, which you can't hear with the ear. But you change the box volume, the power, or the shape of the port. And I'm thinking I'm gonna take the bend out and keep that column there solid. That's just my thoughts. So it's in there now. I'm going to see what's going to happen. What's this? 8-ohm mirror. I don't know. I'm just talking about subwoofer. What is this here? What dictates port area per cube? Xmax, BL, QTS. A little bit, not really much of the QTS. QTS is going to tell you if it's really made for that. Like some subwoofers are really made for ported boxes. They really are. So down XAB4, 0.4. Oh, it's a 0.39. It's in there. 5. That new 5 that's coming out. Really made for ported box, 0.3. When you the 0.0 to 0.4 made for a ported box. 0.5, 0.6, 0.5, 0.58, something like that. Go either way. Sometimes people like put boxes, subwoofers that are really geared for a serial response. They put in the ported box so they can get a big peak at tuning. They call them high Q drivers. High Q drivers. Now, what you gotta do to take that peak out, you gotta do like equalization. The kicker is a 0.6, the DD is a 0.6. I believe the DB Drive D7, I think is a 0.62. So what does that mean? Wherever you tune the box is, you're gonna get a very significant increase. You can EQ that something out, and that's why I tell you with my boxes, and I tell you with your own system, knowing your driver, wherever you tuned it, don't add no boost there. For one, if you add boost there, the woofer is not moving. You're gonna fry your subwoofer. 2, you already gonna get a response because the driver is a high Q driver. So leave that alone. It's gonna love the wherever you tuned it, particularly if you tuned around it with the FS of the driver is. If you can get it to be like 38, 39, you tune your box 38, 36, something like that. Most of them not tuned well. Go without saying, the B2 Rampage, he kind of loves the lows because his FS is like 36. So when you tune the box to 33 and his FS is 36, it's easy for him to reproduce frequencies around that range. And then he's not a high Q driver. I believe he's 0.4. So he's really made for a severely suited for a pointed box. Then the FS is low. So that's why his lows are very, very deep. The only downside with him is cone area, which ain't gonna be a problem too much longer. In a year, maybe 2 years, y'all just see this prototype. The prototype come out with at least a 7.5 inch cutout. The way things are going, maybe it'll come out with an 8 inch cutout. That's gonna be a game changer for B2 Audio. That's gonna be especially you keep it with that 2-inch voice core. That's gonna be a game changer. But in the meantime, just stay tuned. Just stay tuned. We're doing big things in small space, man. This is gonna be your warning right here. Don't recommend nobody else box on my channel. I get you kicked out of here. Don't do that. That's your warning. If I see you do it again, like you say something slick, you're gonna be out of here. I don't talk bad about nobody box, but you definitely ain't gonna come here when I'm trying to build and talk about somebody else stuff. This your warning. What is the benefit of using 8 ohms in mid-range speakers? They need more power. I don't know. I can't answer that question. I don't test mid-range speakers. Can't answer that question. Maybe somebody else in the comments asked that, but I can't answer that question. I'm glad you love that box. Jerry, you're what, 4 years? Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Guaranteed for life. Boss ain't gonna tell. What's my favorite 500 watts RMS subwoofer? Actually, are you talking about 8s? B2 Audio Rage 8. B2 Audio Rage 8. I think it's the best 500 watt driver out there. B2 Audio Rage 8. Yeah, 500 watts. Yeah. Let's see if I can give another one. They don't make it no more, but the Q class was number 1, but they don't make that no more. So I can't say that. I took 2 of them to 140 on a 1500 watt amp several times. But what's really in production would be the B2 Audio Rage 8. Kind of affordable too. I think it's like $200. Yeah, $200. Good performance there. 2-inch voice core, very efficient, and can play in a very small box. It's one of the woofers that you want to pay for the box, but I want to pay a whole lot for the subwoofers. You can do 4 Rage 8s in the Draco and be surprised at the output. 2,000 watt amp. Be great for it. I'm thinking what else did I review? 500 watts. The DS18 Elite Z8. I like that too, but they're no longer make that in production. Who else? 500 watts. Because some of these days, these woofers now are like 700 watts is the entry. The Cosmos Audio EP8. 500 watts. That's a good one too. I don't really stay down there low, so I know I'm going for major output. But I think B2 Audio Rage 8. That would be the first one I would go to that's still in production today. Yeah. After that, I believe I would go to the still in production today. I would go to the DC Audio M38. Yeah, DC Audio M38. That would be my second choice. Yeah. And they're really affordable too. Then I think they all within like 200, 219, 225, something like that. I got my system installed on a brand new DD8 before it's not sending signal to the speaker. What? But it does turn on. Audio feeling hurt. Had to send to DD. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Sometimes it happens. Every manufacturer has, manufacturing defects. They're gonna take care of you real quick. Contact Jack. Promise you that. Okay. It's hard to tune about 24 hertz in a small area without a lot of bends or long area. This is true. This is true, but you still gonna lose output. And why in my question to you, it's ZBrush, is why in the cardio environment are you gotta be talking about 86.5? Why would you tune to 24 hertz? I'm trying to understand. This more of that Facebook BS. Not saying he doing it, but this is what they push this stuff out there. Bro, most music does not have 24 hertz. Most music is falling off around 28 hertz. Everything else is just an undertone that's supporting the major tone. Even hip hop and R&B, which is at one time deemed muddy music, it's not most songs ain't playing that low. So there's no reason to tune a box 24 hertz. And if you got a small box, you're talking about 86.5, the bigger the box, the easier to tune that low. You got more box volume. But with a small box, yeah, it's very, very hard. But why? Why are we tuning such a small membrane so low in a car environment when we got to overcome road noise, ambient noise of the vehicle? Now, if you're in a home theater setup, something like that, that's different. But this channel ain't about that. So I don't know why we be talking about that here. Straight up. MBE, if y'all just want to run a single sub at 2 ohms, should I get a dual 2 ohm or dual phone? You while both speakers in parallel, you get a dual and you'll get a 2 ohms. If you get a dual 2 ohm, you can't stay at 2. You're either gonna go to 4 in series or you're gonna go to 1 in parallel. So you need a D4 sub. So you can take both positives together, both negatives together, and get your 2 ohm low. Kicker just recently started making amplifiers that, like the Warhorse play 1 and 2. They recommend with all their products, except for the solo, which is competition, that you stay at 2 ohms. Why? You get more control of the amplifier over your subs. It's far easier than your electrical. Most all Kicker products, from the Solo, not including the Solo X, all their products are made for you to be able to use your factory system without having to do a whole lot of electrical upgrades. They are a mainstream subwoofer company, and that's what they pattern themselves with. Stay tuned, y'all. Y'all finna start seeing me come out with a new series that I'm coming out with. Instead of having to buy all these subwoofers, I'm gonna take a laptop. I'm gonna put y'all on the camera with me in front of the laptop. I'm gonna talk behind the camera, and I'm gonna take y'all to see certain subwoofers that I can look at the specs and tell you, hey, this is gonna do it. Yeah, I can look at the specs, and I'm doing this for trucks, particularly for those of you who do not want to run 8s. You want to run 10s. I can look at the parameters, the QTS, the MMS, the BL, the X-Max, and the box volume, and tell you which one is going to give you the MBE sound under the seat of a truck. I can do that just by looking, if they putting up correct parameters. All right? Stay tuned with that. You're going to see a lot of those videos popping up. I'm trying to give out my opinion, little facts mixed in every now and then. Oh, you blew what? I blew my Rampage 8. Should I get the FMX or wait for the 5 Super 8? The 5 Super 8 is going to be a while. The first foray from Scott under the Sky High banner is going to be the FM8. It is here. I think they see the pre-orders going down. It's something they're doing, but the 5 FM8 is here. Now you could get another Rampage 8 if you like how to perform. You know, I'm not saying it ain't a good 8, but that's your choice. I just got a lot of faith. I got a lot of faith in the Rampage. You already know that's got a king title, and I got a lot of faith in what the FMX is going to be able to do, strictly because I know for a fact that Scott Atwell from Fire is behind every subwoofer coming out of Sky High. John Raby is the money. He got him a very, very respected, highly accredited. In fact, we was mentioning today. It's gonna be a lot of people going to eat. They're going to eat their own shoes. Now that we got somebody who got some money behind them. Yeah, it's gonna be a fight out. It's gonna be a competition. It's definitely gonna be a competition. Everybody here in the comments, people say, man, I don't look at people as a competitor, as a contributor. No, it's competition. It's competition here. Shit, get out the pot. I don't need y'all to be friends. I need y'all to come out with products. If you want our money, come out with something. I have no idea. I've heard for those big major bills, they doing some incredible things. I don't run ruthless amps, but I scroll on Facebook. You just don't never hear me something, never say nothing negative. I can't help somebody do something, I ain't gonna say nothing. I read and see a lot of stuff, even stuff that's directed toward me. I hear every name called from some manufacturers call me names. I see all that stuff. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let the truth speak for itself. Some people starting not to drink the Kool-Aid. But this right here, this ruthless amp situation caused it broke up some friendships. Broke up a podcast. Some youngster and OG. OG exposed the youngster. I don't know. But from what I'm hearing, because of the power to the power to electrical ratios, I heard they good amps. I don't run them. I don't have no opinion on nothing I ain't ran when it comes to application. They don't. But the MBE don't like tar amp. I done heard tar amp. You ain't bought one. I have installed tar amps years ago. I'm not a fan of them. However, they are sponsoring my boy Vincent's awareness bill, so I'm gonna ease up. And that what you can afford to run it. Because I didn't think, once I know a company, of course they go out and put their name out there. But what they're doing behind the scenes as far as fiscally with John Raby, I'm not John Raby, excuse me, John, if you're watching. With Vincent, let me know that, okay, hey, man, I'll come together with anybody when they're doing a special awareness bill, special needs bills, because I'm fortunate and blessed to be all right. My daughter's all right. My future grandkids going to be all right. Both my sons are all right. But for those people who are, for whatever reason, have challenges and issues that they must face going through life, hey, man, we got to come together and make the world a better place, And if you're going to bring attention to stuff, I got to do that. What's up, baby girl? Hey, where you are? You got that spring in your step on. Yeah, ready to see my son, ain't you? Yeah, I seen your son. Oh, my God. That's my daughter. I got the best daughter-in-law in the world, man. MB, take your. I've been playing with that. What app are you using? What app are you using for your Bass Pro Box 6? Bass Pro Box 6. Sometimes. Don't need to use it all the time. Will that air tape need more loading between it and the door than your port you normally use in your underseat truck box or whatever remain the same? That's a good question. Now, because it's a straight shot and it's firing off to the side, as I listen to it and meter certain things, I can move the box. Right now, it's 8 inches away from the wall. Now, I'm giving myself 2 inches of movement, 2. If I go under, I know I can get louder, but the frequency probably gonna go up. I'm thinking. So with this type box, with the slot port facing up, it is loudest, but maybe I'm not getting the control that I want over the cone as it starts to go low. Well, with this area port box being the way it is, I can position the box to or from the loading wall. Remember, I did a video on loading walls to help control the woofer itself. Now, here's another thing. What else would it say? I lost my train of thought. This can also be applied to underseat truck box, even with the boxes that I build now, especially when you're using 2/8, not with the Draco. You can position and move the box further away for a different tuner. Remember when I talked to you, T-Brew, and I said, hey, man, you got the box, because I was seeing the video. Did I even release that video? Man, you sitting there, I got this new phone, T-Brew. Send me the videos again, man. Because I got this new video. I don't think I released your video, man. I don't. I know I didn't. I got this new phone released within the last week, man. And I think you sent me them videos, and they're not on this phone now. I wonder if it's in my Google Cloud. But anyway, I seen how you had your box. And I said, hey, man, pull it back some. And you did. You take it, hey, man, it got louder. Yeah, because it got deeper, you said. That's because you was letting the wave develop further. You put it up against the door, higher figures develop, but not say that them longer wavelengths. You want that to develop. So that's something to consider as well, too. With this new, I'm testing something that I can duplicate for y'all. But when you got a truck box from MBE, all you got to do is move the box to and from, especially if you got 2/8, to get the listing position that you like. I don't want to do that. What I do not want to do is cheat. I know some people like to cheat. I do not want to cheat. I don't want to tune about 2.5 hertz to hit 2.5 hertz, because then it's not gonna be overly musical. I don't want to do that. I want to see if what driver can do it tuned to like 32, 33. What driver can play that low below tuning? That's what I'm trying to do. I can easily tune the box to 29 hertz and meter it at 29 hertz, but then it's not going to be musical. I don't like to go too far below. For the music I listen to predominantly, 33, 32, that's it. I'm not going to tune the box 28, 29 hertz. I don't listen to decab that much. I don't. I listen to hip-hop and R&B. 33, 35. Like the box I just took out, the one that did the 142 point, I box tuned 33 hertz. I mean 35 hertz. And did that 142 is 86. Yeah, I duplicated. And that has a lot of port area. In fact, the box sitting over there now. Huge port, 5 inches, 5 by 9.5. Very long enough, but 1.25. What's up, Louis? You will get that 140 at 20 hertz. Keep tweaking and closing. You'll get it. Thank you, bro. Thank you. You know how we do it, man. We gonna see. We gonna see. We gonna see. But Louis, Scott coming out with an 8. Woo! Woo! And you know he gonna make sure it fit up under the seat of a truck. The way me and John Ray been talking, yeah, whatever they come out with, it ain't gonna be deep in the 8 inch. It gonna fit up on the seat of the truck. He want that market. See, here's the thing what I like with manufacturers, they actually think. John Ray was the money. Scott's the engineer. All John gonna say is, they gotta fit up on the seat of the truck. Whatever it costs, I got the money for it. But I want the truck market. MB gonna talk about it. I want something to go fit. I want to get in this arena. Some people running. Go MB in there. Moron. Whatever. I'm not gonna be around that. Hey, you might as well run, because if it don't fit up on the seat of the truck, you ain't gonna be here. And they come here to talk about the mates. They come right here. Right there. Top of these 8. Polyfill will make the box appear bigger. But also lessens my efficiency. And also it could heat my woofers up. So I'd rather just build a box to the appropriate volume. I'm not trying to get it to drop low. I'm trying to see what driver tune to 33 in a certain box fight. In a certain amount of point area, it can still hold the force and get low without tuning the box to 29 hertz. That makes no sense to me. Of course, I want to tune the box right where it's at, 32, 33. Man, I'm still growing. Give me time. I'm still a one-man show, man. Give me time. All right. TC, thanks for answering that question to the guy about the 8 ohms. I see you answered it. That's a good answer. What TC is saying to you right there. It all depends. There's no ballpark. So you want to know what the box price is, message me. But for everybody that's a custom box builder, the reason why we charge what we charge, we have different degrees and different understandings about our work. My box price ain't negotiable. You know, when that's too much, don't get it. Build it for yourself for free. But a 212 box is not gonna cost as much as a 210 box. 2.8 box ain't gonna cost as much as a 210 box. I mean, it's all depends. Truck boxes are pricey because they highly coveted, because it's number one vehicle on the road, and it's hard to get it right. It's hard to get it right and to get it fit up on the seat of the truck. So it all depends on what you ask for. That That big this is generalized question. That big 315 box. Yeah, that was no $1,500. Yeah, it costs. Double wall all the way around. It costs. So some people I can't afford me. I'm cool with that. Because I know there's other box builders charge more than me. I don't say nothing about them. They don't say nothing about me. Go for who you can afford or who you think can give you your best product. That's what I say. But it ain't for discussion. That's for sure. MBE, these Titanates. There's only one Titanate. It's only one Titanate. The rest of them Super 8s. But being forced to use Neo motors to stay in the 8-inch arena, I feel like more are coming. And if the motor is too big to fit on the back seat, might as well get a 10 and a 3-inch lift. This is true, but there's only one Titanate. That's the Sundown Audio Z8. The rest of them Super 8s. They can fit on the seat of a truck. There's only one Titanate. It's Sundown Z8. There is nothing for me to compare him to. I'm not going to compare him to the Super 8. For one, the X Max is greater, power handling is greater. He can. I don't know if he can put in a bigger box. You would think with the size he is, he could be bigger than 1.25, especially with 30 millimeter X Max. So he's in a whole nother category that we're gonna have to actually wait for somebody to compare him to. I could compare him to, let's say, the Nemesis Audio Team 8, but I really personally think the Z8 probably gonna be at best that very, very easy. There's a lot of things wrong with that Team Neo 8, Team 8. And on paper, the Z8 best. And then my experience with him. So there's only one Titanate. It's Sun Audio Z8. He's in the class all by himself. We're waiting for somebody to get up there if they're gonna get up there. But it is 8-inch. It is 8-inch. You understand that? It's still, in my MBE opinion, it's still an 8-inch subwoofer. It has an 8-inch cutout. I don't care what nobody else say. As long as you don't go over 8 inches, it's 8-inch. So it's not a 10. It's not a 10. It is an 8. But the mounting depth is Jacob's biggest issue with that 8. Just my opinion. Oh yeah, I did a review on the CT Sound Mezio 8, Resilient Sounds Gold 8, same 8. In fact, you can buy that Resilient Sounds Gold 8 for $200 off Amazon. And then price dropped. I think maybe they finna come out with a new one. I don't know. But they dropped that. I think I seen it on Amazon for $209. Is it a king? No. Mezio 8, is he a king? No. He can't even. That box volume, he can't get a 140 on music below 35. You better not put them in 1.25. If you got those, you put them in 0.75. They got a real soft suspension. They can't get up there with these Super 8s. They got a real soft suspension. Small box performance. 1 cube or 1.5 ain't gonna do what these boys can do. You can get up to like 130, 137, 136, something like that with them, which people hear you before they see you. But he, by no means is he a Super 8. All right. Okay. What's up, John Perry? You got a what now? What do you say? What do you say? What you got? I have lots of questions. Oh Lord. I want to upgrade my battery and alternator, but I don't know if it's necessary or do I just need 2 batteries? I have a sub at 600 watts and 4 6.5 speakers at 250. So that is 1,000, 1,600. You need to know what vehicle you have, but that's 1,600 watts. It's 160 amp draw. What vehicle are we talking about, Isaac? Hope I can remember. AMB, I have 2 SoundCube HDS 3.2s 10, mountain depth 6.75. Mountain depth, port enclosure 0.75 to 1.25. Can 2 of these 10s fit behind the seat with 20 behind the seat? Regular class 7 inches on bottom and 7 inches on top, 10 on bottom, 15 inches high. 10 on bottom, 7 on top, 15 inches high. Yes. Oh, so your alternator is 130. Yeah, you need to look and getting you a strong alternator. You got a 1600 amp draw. I mean, it's 160 amp draw. 600 watts sub, 1,000 watts on your mids and highs. Your mids and highs really ain't gonna pull too much power. You probably get away with just a good stout battery because the 60 amps on your sub, that's where most of your current draw gonna come from. The low frequencies when you try to go low, depending on who builds your box, whatever. When you try to go low, that's when you're gonna really see something that's strain. Your mids and highs, they're not really taxing on your electrical. So the 1,000 ain't too much to worry about. The sub, not too much either. Just get you a stout battery, man. I think you'll be fine. Oh, what? You went to on car show and parked next to an MBE setup. Who was there? It was very impactful. They just had to wait my turn. Yeah, they out there. They coming on. They rolling up. My train of thought is rolling out there. I can't wait till that special awareness bill. I can't wait till he come back. I really can't wait till he put them FMX subs in there. I can't wait. Does running that 1.5 require more? Yeah. And is it efficient? No, it ain't efficient. They're not efficient. You just get more power, but you get less control. And you're gonna have a very, very stout electrical system. Mm-hmm. Man, why did you ask the same question 5 times, man? God dang. You copy and paste? They don't have an 8. What you say right here? They don't have an 8. So my opinion on that is yes, I have seen the bass bastard subs. If so, the way you think. I heard that Jacob was behind the design of it. Looking at it, it's catchy. Got what a Bruce around. Got that audio bomb like type motor. The basket is readily available. I don't know. The secret is gonna be in the soft parts. I ain't heard one personally, so I ain't got no thoughts on it. In the old days, Isobaric configuration with the cells bound to each other and the push-pull configuration used to be a thing. Is this no longer a thing now? It's no longer a thing now. Because when that was a thing, it was before Kicker did the solar barrier. Which was the principle behind the Isobaric was you could take 2 subwoofers, make the box smaller, but you only get the cone the effect of 1. And that's what Kicker pioneered with the solar barrier. Now then took it to a whole other level, and all these other woofers are the same way. A lot of motor, because you double the motor force, you cut the vast in half, which made the box smaller. The good thing about them is the transients are a lot better, especially in the ported box, because with the push-pull configuration, it stops a lot quicker with not having a little lingering. So it sounds better. However, you only get in the cone area the output of 1 driver, 1 cone area. Even though you got 2, you got a very, very strong configuration, but you only get an output of 1 cone. It sounds good. Some people might still use them for SQ setups because of how it controls the transient. It actually stops on a dime, which will make your bass very, very articulate, even if you listen to my type music. But the downside is you only get the output of 1 cone. So I don't know if you really want to do that. You can make the box smaller, right? But they already got woofers that can play in small boxes. Tell them again, homie. Tell them again. Half-ohm is not needed. They people make that a thing, like the lifted truck scenario, running a half-ohm. I seen a post, and I'm not going to say the company name. The guys are asking about 3 different versions of the subwoofers, and finally they went to comparing their subwoofers about how much it weighed. And I was like, is this really what we into now? We comparing the performance of the subwoofer by how much it weighs. I'm not even gonna say the names because then y'all gonna say I'm picking on people. But that's what performance is now, how much it weighs. It's a big thing. People running a half ohm not for daily. People running a half ohm, that's an SPL competitor thing. To send a lot of power into a voice cord at a given frequency for a certain loudness. They do that in the big SPL things. It trickled down to dailies. They say, hey man, because with impedance rise, if you wire the half ohm, you get more power to amp because it's gonna when you start playing music, it's gonna kick up anyway. Issue with that is you're gonna have very, very stout electrical. And if anything goes wrong in the electrical signal, you can fry your sub or your amp. They don't tell you that part. On this channel, I believe in form and function. And the companies I bring you are companies that you can take 2 of these subs, a good amp, and be good, bump right on down the street. This channel here for street beaters. I don't recommend none of my people to run no half ohm. Oh, I bet you that was crazy. I bet you that was crazy. You did the clamshell? I bet you that was crazy. I bet you that was crazy. I ran JBL. I think it was JBL. I remember that model number. I have 4 JBL 12. Can't remember that model number. And I had them isolated in 2 separate boxes. With I think I had I can't remember what port did I use. But man, I had a Ford Escort GT with them 4 Isobaric 12s in that, man. I was giving people the business. Didn't realize I was only getting output of 2. But boy, the bass was so deep. The bass was so I can imagine that bass now. So I can just imagine you had 415s ISO load. Whoo! It was a thing back then. It was a thing. Okay, where we at? We're coming up on this hour. I have a tar amps that is shutting off due to low voltage. Improve the voltage. Should I get rid of tar amps and buy a more efficient amp or upgrade electrical even further? I think you should upgrade electrical even further because the tar amp is a full bridge amp, so they're not really heavy on current, but it's very sensitive to it. It's not now the half bridge. It's gonna want the power. It's gonna want the power. So if you switch over to a half bridge amp, your electrical ain't right. Now you're gonna have your amp just heating up, and you ain't getting the full power of it anyway. Yeah. Well, y'all copying and pasting these things. I had a guy who had 212s and that MBE. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. I specialize in them boxes. Man, once you get the box, T-Brew, and anybody else got a box for me. At this point, let's go to the other secret I'll be telling you about. Get your electrical right, man. Get your electrical right, man. You want to get louder, improve your electrical. Make sure your voltage ain't dropping. The box ain't gonna come apart. It's guaranteed for life. Improve your electrical. These solos, they can take some power home. You think you loud now? Think you got 1800 watt amp? They can take twice that. You get the wars on there, but don't get the wars if you ain't got the electrical to support the wars. You ain't got electrical to support the draw that's going to come, the amperage draw that's going to come. Don't do it. Stay where you at. But they can get louder than where you at. Yes, sir. I try to stay true, man. I try to stay true. Y'all keep me in line. Remember when I did the video about the sundown sub and I got it wrong? Yeah, I read y'all comment. Sometimes I don't comment. Sometimes I read it because I was wrong. I'm gonna correct it. Y'all keep me in line. You guys will keep me strong. I just try to present the information as I see it. I am human. You attack me out. Sometimes I will attack back. Prevent the information as I see it. And because I know the people that come to my channel, for the most part, I was talking to my best friend today. They don't know. Some of y'all know. And I want y'all to help the people in the channel that don't know if I don't get to their question. But I think about 80% of people that come watch it, they don't know. They ain't got a clue. So they won't help. They don't want to be derided. They don't want to be jeered. They don't come out. They don't want the F book stuff. They just want help. Hey man, I like music too. I have no idea how to put this stuff inside my vehicle. I tell people where to go. JP Audio install, EXO, do it yourself. Do it yourself. You want to build a box yourself. Do our DIY guy. I'm just here to just give y'all knowledge. Some of the stuff is my opinion. But if I can't help you, I'll just try to direct people to where they can go to get the answer they need. Because I don't know everything. I'm still learning. But yes, I do got brands that I and that's what this next series of subwoofers videos you see with the laptop. Whenever y'all see that laptop, I mean, I'm showing you my opinion. I might not actually get the sub, but I can tell you this is going to do such and such. And I'm looking at it. All right? And I'm looking at it so I can tell you this is going to do what you need, particularly if you got a truck. If I order 2 FMXLs, will you be able to build a box? Yeah. Or should I wait for you to review the sub yourself? I'm going to tell you right now, Freddie Nash. Scott behind that sub. That sub is not a flop. Go ahead and get him. That sub is not going to be a flop. I've never said this before, but I am pretty sure that boy's going to do a 140 with ease. With ease. Scott behind it. And then he's only going to give you, we and Scott done talked years ago before John Raby bought it. And he didn't have no interest. He didn't have no interest in it. But I know, if you ever heard of 5 sub, man, there's people that have said, picking on people again. There's people that said they had took out a certain brand sub, put a 5 sub in there, instant 2 dB loud. Instant direct swap, instant 2 dB loud. Far more musical. Love the lows. 5, forced induction. It's just things he did, and them so was made right in the United States. I think John Raby's thought was it had nothing to do with me. I need an engineer. That's his first thought. This guy's local to me. Second thought. I wanted this 8-inch game. I wanted this 8-inch arena. And I got somebody that can do it. And then, for the 8-inch game. And it's made here in America. Right here. The 5 product is made here in America. Now, everybody gonna bring this stuff back home? I don't know. Kip said, it's not really. They show people to try to bring it all here home. It's challenging. I just recommend all big manufacturers, you're gonna have to do it eventually. China said they're gonna invade Taiwan in 2027. If you don't think that's gonna put a wrench in your works, in your production, I don't know what you ain't know. China said by 20, they building up every day. We got to get this stuff out of China. So we can go to Brazil, Africa. That's another hot spot. Woofers getting made at Africa and Brazil. South America, Mexico. Straight up. They're finding Neo. We found Neo in Texas. Neo has been discovered right here, y'all. Neo has been discovered here so far. Right? In the Pacific, over here in the Pacific, only thing we need from China is ferrite. If they tear their soil up. Now, if we go to aid Taiwan, I don't know. It's man, trust me, they ain't the only place. God didn't have put ferrite just right there in China. It's other ways to get around. Ain't nobody got no stick around here for real. If they want to be part of the global economy and try to bully people how they doing things, it is what it is, man. So I recommend any manufacturer get out of there. Don't be so dependent on one place. I got 2 people I get wood from. One primarily, but I got a backup plan just in case, for whatever reasons they relationship go south or whatever. That's any business owner gonna think like that. Any business owner gonna think like that. So I think John Raby started when he got fired. I got an engineer right here, and he's already into making stuff. Of course, it's globally sourced. He had to get the ferrite from China, but we can make everything else here. We can machine the top plate, the bottom plates. They just found. I keep tracking stuff outside of cardio and see how it affects cardio. When they found Neo in the United States, all they got to do is pull out the earth. They're in California. In California too, they got neodymium, the magnets. They don't pull out the earth. Yeah, we got everything we need right here, oil and everything, man. We not gonna. We could. We'll see. We're gonna see how it go. We got to pull this stuff up out of there, man. We got to pull this stuff, but we can't let nobody dictate. We Americans, man. We can't let nobody dictate. Nobody. Them people was on horse and buggy 30 years ago. I get on hold of them people in Tenement Square. Them people was on horse and buggies, man. Now they around there talking like they tough Tony. Man, get out of here, man. Get up out of here. Let me get up out of here. Run your ass up on Taiwan and see what happens. See what happens. Boy, we hit you and come right back. You ain't gonna do nothing with us. I'm gonna say some words to you, whatever your name is. Ohio class. You know what that means. You speak good English. LA attack class 688. You don't even know where they at. They ain't too far from you. Stay in your place now. Stay in your place. Hey, y'all be blessed. Y'all be blessed now.